It's an absolutely beautiful day today. I even have to turn the ISO off the camera down a little bit, just so it's not as bright. Alright, let's see. Just want to talk about, before we actually get into the video, of the main meat of what I want to talk about, which is brain gym. Going to the gym or training your brain, better way of saying it. Before I talk about that, this type of video is just more me mingling with you, with myself, with my mind. So before I talk about those, I'd just like to talk about things that's going on in my life, how I'm going with this channel. I think it's going pretty well, and it teaches you that the same thing with everything in life, consistency is just the key. I've posted probably, in terms of actual videos, long form videos, probably 50 of them, I'd say, and shorts even more. Actually I'm capping, not 50, probably 30 something videos. And none of them really just explodes. Like, even though like I'm making decent content, but they're not the greatest, so I'm not expecting any of it to just go viral straight away. But I've been just also searching up a lot of YouTube guys, and how to get more views, how to make your content better, how to make better thumbnails, editing skills, keyword search engine optimization, all of that. And one of Mr. Beast's his tips really inspired me. It's very simple and very obvious. It's just basically about consistency, how you improve every single day. You make every video you want to improve on something 1% better, and only after 100 videos you probably get some views, and then after 200 videos you get more views, and then you start building an audience, building a community. And at that point, another thing I realized is, looking at a lot of the other channels, I'll go to their old videos, and it seems like the wind is, I don't know if that affects the audio. Anyways, it seems like they are just big from the beginning. Like, I will go, like even Hamza or like anyone, go to the oldest video, and they will have 100k or even a mil from all of the oldest videos. But what I didn't realize is, actually with the algorithm, if you have big videos later on that blows up, that gets 3 mil, 4 mil, or even 100 something K, it pushes a wave for the algorithm to push out your content even more, which means it pushes out your older videos out to other people's suggested videos, because they are the same audience. So that kind of gave me more inspiration, motivation to just keep going and keep the consistency going, instead of just, I've done 50 videos, none of them's blown up. No, it takes a lot more than, way more than 50 videos. 10,000 hour rule, right? You gotta be an expert in a field with 10,000 hours in that skill, or in that field. So that's the thing about YouTube. I'll just keep making it, probably not as regular as I would. Like, before, I had a period where I'm posting, like, I think there were 4 days in a row where I was just posting 2 videos a day, and they were proper videos. I would just grind, sit in front of my computer screen and grind the editing. It takes actually is crazy how long editing takes. And if true, I finished it up. So for 1 minute, for a good 1 minute video, it takes about 1 to 2 hours to edit. For a good 5 minute video, it takes about 7 hours to edit. And imagine someone editing a documentary, it would just take days, months to finish the editing process. But that's crazy. And one of my goals is, as soon as I actually start monetizing channels, actually making something out of it, I'm gonna try to outsource the editing. And because I have so many ideas, so many other ideas, not just in terms of me and you talking, I don't have to edit this video, but in terms of actual either edutainment, which is basically all of the videos where I do like a day in the life, or I trained like Michael B. Jordan, that video. Those type of videos, you need kind of a lot of editing. Another one is kind of guide. So for example, commerce major, what do you need to consider, or like engineering major, what do you need to consider, or this is not a video about self-improvement, how to improve, sorry. Those type of videos. I have so many more ideas in terms of actual video ideas that requires editing. Yeah. Anyways, that's it about YouTube, and a little bit more about my life actually currently. In terms of daily habit, I have two things. Bad habits that I need to improve on. Waking up earlier. If the holidays, and I don't know, sometimes it carries into uni. Uni is about to come up again soon. So I'll be probably posting. I'm gonna make a goal for myself right here on the video, 4 times a week. 3-4 times a week. I reckon that's good. And I'm probably gonna do more short form content on TikTok and Instagram, and also YouTube Shorts. But long term form videos like this will be a bit less. What I'm excited about though is after next semester of uni, going to Japan. Oh my god, some crazy content's gonna be pumped out. Just absolute crazy content. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited for that shit. What was I talking about? Yeah, 2 habits. So one's waking up early, one's I'm still kind of wasting time addicted to YouTube. So like, if I'm addicted to something, I would just spend a lot of time looking at it, even though the time I spend is not actually efficient. So I would just look through 10 videos of how to improve on YouTube or stuff like that, which I don't need. To be honest, I don't need, because really they're all about the same thing. They're not teaching me any more extra tips. It's just better storytelling, how to edit your videos, how to keyword optimize, all this stuff. I don't need them. So just gotta be patient. Do this shit for like 1 or 2 years, and then 1 mil easy. I don't think I'm a boring person. I think I'm pretty entertaining and pretty knowledgeable. It's just all about, now it's all about my patience and consistency, whether I can just pump out 3-4 videos a week. I think that's a good what do you call it, like bar to reach. Yeah, so about the actual content of this video, let's see how long I rambled for. 9 minutes. I'm sorry. I'll probably link a chapter so you can just skip to this bit. Anyways, about actually what today's video is going to about. It's about training your brain. So personally, I've been going to the gym for currently 4 years. So when COVID happens, I got my home gym, and before that, I went to commercial gym for 1 year. So COVID happened 2019, end of 2019. Yeah, so about 4 years. And someone's ringing the doorbell. I wouldn't know. And sorry, that's just distracting me. I'm just wondering who he would be. Probably none of my business. Yeah, about gym. Yep. And not until this year I've actually started thinking about training. What's really important in this day and age is your brain. Even though physical health is still important, getting in shape, I think in modern day, your the power of your brain, the strength of your brain, ways to in terms of to be successful, to be the top tier, to be the best. Your brain is 10 times more important than your body. And that may be obvious because if you look at all the CEOs, if you look at all the politicians, they're not in great shape. Either skinny, very skinny, or like, not skinny, but like skinny fat, or like just massive, just fat. Some of the outliers, I say, like Jeff Bezos, everyone's starting to take care of their physical health nowadays. Jeff Bezos is going to the gym. Elon Musk is, kind of very, out of shape still. Don't know about that. Mark Zuckerberg is doing wrestling. Even Vladimir Putin, he's obviously like a world leader. He's, he's always just been in shape. And then if you look at some of the other leaders, Joe Biden, he's too old to be in shape again, honestly. Like, he's too old to get back in shape from where he is. Or if you look at Xi Jinping, it's not in the greatest shape. And you always have time to just eat healthy and do a little bit of training. But anyways, what I'm saying is the reason why I want to get in shape is, first of all, physical health. Second of all, looks, aesthetics, attraction. Because back in the Stone Age days, you need to be like, brain doesn't really matter apart from like hunting strategy or like communication. Even communication back in the Stone Age days, it's not really a big thing. You kind of just do some signs, like you get the overall gist. Like you point at that animal, you point at that rhino, and then everyone knows, oh, we're gonna hunt that rhino. That's our target, right? But back in the Stone Age days, physical strength, speed, agility, power, and even endurance, that's the main thing. Because that's how we are going to survive, through physical strength. And even to like the mid ages, to survive you need to fight against, instead of fighting against animals, you need to fight against other human beings. You need to defend your village or go out and conquer lands, expand your territory. That requires physical strength, physical power. And now, in this peaceful, relatively peaceful world, it's actually very not peaceful. Not just the war in Ukraine, or like how COVID happened, how people is fighting against the government, but peace is not just physical. Peace and war is not just physical. It can be between ideologies. And there's a massive, especially in the West, there's a massive segregation of ideologies happening right now, and is happening, will occur in the future. Like, there will be a battle or something, I think, because even the thing with battle between the West and the East, that's the battle of ideology from human beginning, from I'd say after the battle conquest for space, after globalization, with America and the Soviet Union, or like Hitler and Nazis and the Alliance, that's all a battle of ideology. So currently there's a segregation of ideology, and I think there will be a battle due to that ideology if it is not resolved in a soft way. But in this day and age, peacefulness, relative physical peacefulness, you don't really need to fight as much. Like, if you're smart, if you have the brain trained, you won't put yourself ever in a situation where you might be in danger. You will not go out and in the middle of the night, as a lady even, like, no matter how strong you is a lady, someone, or even as a man, just no matter how strong you are as a person, someone have a knife and you have nothing, they have advantage. If someone has a gun, even you're the strongest, most muscular, biggest man in the universe, someone have a gun, they put a bullet in your head, you're done. This is also one part of the reason why we don't need physical strength, because there's no point to use physical strength to defend yourself in most of the cases. Especially in America, like in Australia, we don't have guns. But yeah, how are you gonna defend yourself if someone just has a gun pointing at your head? You're fucked, right? And another thing is, to be successful, you're not gonna go out conquer more land, or you're not gonna go out and conquer. You're not gonna fucking go in a 1v1 battle against Elon Musk to take over his company. No, you're not gonna do a Mortal Kombat to take over. That's not how it works anymore. You used to can do that in the Gladiator age, in the Romans Empire age, right? If they don't want the innocent army, innocent soldiers to die, the generals, I don't know if that's true. I've seen it in movies. The generals would just do a one-on-one battle, and then whoever wins, whoever armies wins, go to other, blah blah blah. You don't do that anymore these days. What you really need is up here, how influential you can be, how much money you can make, and that's all up here. Because first of all, you need either, there's two choices, I'd say. Either you can lead people, lead technical people, or you are one of the technical people. And let's just take a step back and let me define what technical and leaders mean. What I mean by that. Basically, technical people, you have a skill. Plumber, electrician, or software programmer, or even financial analysts. You have a certain skill that brings value to this society, to the society and people around you. Therefore, you give them value, you receive value back in the form of money. You give your service with the skill you have, you serve other people, and in return they pay you. Right? That's how it works with technical people. Since for leaders, you need much more soft skills. How you can lead people, how you can lead technical people. That's how I like to see it. You don't necessarily need the knowledge that they have, because one thing is like, you're not gonna be like I said. I talked about the 10,000 hour rule. You need 10,000 hours to be specialized and expert in a field. But you just don't have enough time or effort to be specialized in everything, and therefore you gotta lead other people, bring them together. That's how community works. That's how civilization works. Basically, that's why humans are social animals. We work together, and that's why leaders are so important. They bring different people of different skills, different specializations together to build a civilization. Specialization, I said before. Yes, to build a civilization and to work. Oh my god, the wind. And to advance our civilization, like no one is completely useless in our day and age. Everything is so important. There's a chain of effect. Let's say, how am I recording this video? Right, it goes to the manufacturer of this. Let's say, how are you watching this video? It goes to the internet provider first, and then your computer, who manufactured that computer, right? The electricity running the computer, where did that power grid? Who manufactured the whole power grid? Who maintain it, right? Who repairs it if it goes damaged? Where does the power come from? It comes from the coal plants or any other resource plants. How are those plants being maintained by specialists? Where do they get the coal from, or fossil fuel from? They get it from the mines, right? Looking at the mines, how are they mining it? They're mining it from specialized equipment manufactured in another factory. How do they build that factory? They build that factory with manpower, with builders. How do they design it? With architects. Everything in the chain of results, we're all interlinked in one way or another. You can't, even if you're the smartest man alive, even if you're Iron Man, wait, actually, okay, let's not talk about Iron Man, because he actually built a fucking suit. I was gonna say, even if you're Iron Man, you can't build a suit just by yourself, but he actually fucking did. But that's in the movies, right? No one's gonna do that in real life, ever. You can't streamline the whole manufacturing process, the whole process of getting electricity, building this, building the tools to build that. They all require a chain of human relationships. And that's why leaders are so important. Even though leaders can't work without technicians, and technicians can live without being led because they can just offer their single service to someone. The power of leader to bring everyone together is super important, and that exists up here. Technical ability to learn, to know how to do something, it's up here. You learn about it and you apply it through your brain. The way to lead people, soft skills, communication, how you can effectively treat people, how you can handle social situations. It's all up here as well. And so now we've talked about the importance of how important this is. Everyone neglects it. I'm a student and I kind of need my brain to be sharp to study effectively, to fulfill my role as a student. But most people, once they're getting a job, they don't put themselves outside of their comfort zone. They just do the repetitive work that their brain is used to. And so their head doesn't improve anymore. It's like a machine. You run it the same way. You don't add optimization. You don't add any accessories to it. You don't renew the parts as you run the machine. Or if we drive a car, if you don't, the car's going to be the same no matter how you drive it, unless you upgrade the engine, upgrade the wheels, whatever, upgrade all the parts. It's the same car. And so even if you put better fuel in it for it to run with, the 98 whatever petrol, it's still the same car. It's running at its own maximum capacity, but you can increase that maximum capacity by increasing up here. So no matter how physically strong, physically fit you are, there's a maximum capacity of how much of that affects your mental. You need to improve your mental up here to increase that maximum capacity. Yeah, but you get the point. How do we improve the mental? Well, the first thing is to do things that's hard, that's outside of a comfort zone. Whether, for me as a student, it's just to do all the hard questions, and instead of looking at the answer straight away, I just do the questions by myself, trying to literally, there's a point of learning where you actually learn, where your brain, the neuroplasticity of your brain changes, is when you get super frustrated with trying to work out something. When you get frustration is good. It means your brain's like out of its comfort zone. Your brain's like, oh fuck, I don't know how to do this. Fuck, I should know how to do this. How do I work it out? It's out of its comfort zone. It's going on a journey. So that's one thing, putting your brain out of your comfort zone. The second thing is, I would say, very overlooked, is meditation. And that just not only improves how like smart you are, but it also improves just your overall mental well-being. It makes you more calm. It makes you less anxious, more confident. You live with a sense of clarity in your mind. And to be honest, I've only been doing meditation since the start of this year, so 6 months. And you'll probably think, oh, after my first meditation session, I'm gonna wake up. Just I'm gonna open my eyes, and everything's gonna be rainbow. No, actually, everything's going to be like I'm just gonna be a different person. No. Same thing as I mentioned about consistency at the start of this video. You need to be consistent. You need to meditate every single day to see results. Same thing as everything. You need to go to the gym every single day to see result. You need to eat well every single day to see result. You gotta put in the consistent work. As much as you wouldn't like to hear it. It's true. You gotta put in the consistency. So meditation, 6 months. I feel like it's definitely helped me in a way that I can't really explain. It is mental clarity, but another thing is I've never really been, I've never really had problems with mental health issues. I've always just been a normal, not a normal, but a pretty happy, joyful person in general. Like sometimes I do self-talk. I just be like, what the fuck did I do that? Stuff like random like that. But I never actually get depressed, or I do get sad, but I don't have depression. I do get depressed sometimes if like really bad things happen. But like I wouldn't have get depression from that. Depression I think is something that comes with you forever. It's not a mental state. It's you. Like you can give off that energy of you're depressed, you're a person with depression. But being depressed is just an emotional state. You can be happy, right? It's like saying someone's an extrovert, someone's an introvert. Is who you are instead of a state, a temporary state of being. So let me just reiterate that. So being depressed is just an emotion. It's a temporary state. Whereas having depression is different. It's like having a illness, sickness is with you, it's inside of you. So I would say, yeah, definitely. I've been depressed before, but that's life, right? It comes with the up and downs. You want to be happy, then where's happiness without depression or sadness? There's no black without white. And yeah, I'm a pretty happy person in general. My mental well-being is pretty good, I say. Might change in the future, who knows? Shit happens to everyone. Yeah, so I never really needed meditation in terms of for my mental well-being. It definitely brought clarity into my life, a sense of calm, which is very important, to think logically instead of emotionally. I do get angry very easily. I get annoyed pretty easily, but not but and so that meditation helped me to stay calm in stressful situations, in situations where I might bring out the bad side, the anger within myself. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of other aspects of meditation. I like this investor writer, Ray Dalio. Yeah, Ray Dalio, I think. I'm reading his book right now. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's the founder of Bridgewater, the hedge fund company. And he talked about, he's like 60 something right now, and he talks about how he started meditation from a young age, early 20s, and that it's a lifelong process. Just as everything with health related, it's a lifelong process. 6 months for someone who's 60 years old is a short time. So it's even good that I'm noticing some clarity and calmness, the benefits from getting meditation, but it comes, longer you do it, the more benefits you'll get. That's according to Ray, of course. And I believe him because I love his fucking book, and like it's taught me so much about what money is, how the world works with money, all of the finance stuff. And also he also talks about life, just life guidance and life tips. And they're really, I've never heard anyone else talk about. So I look up to him as, yeah, definitely a role model, almost. Love to meet him someday, if he's still, alive. He's pretty old right now. Yeah. So the two things: put your brain outside of a comfort zone, not just your brain but yourself, and more just doing things that's outside of your comfort zone. So even just going to the gym, do the hardest shit. Like go for a, I don't know, 800-meter sprint where you can't even feel your legs. Shit like that. Just put yourself out there outside of your comfort zone. Doing ice bath. Another thing with ice baths is actually, if you shake when you're cold, oh, there's a fucking fly in my coffee. Oh, it's one inside this cup. Fuck it. If you shake when you take an ice bath or an ice cold water shower, then that actually does different things than if you try to stay calm. So if you shake a lot, that burns fat. If you try to stay calm, that builds your resilience in your brain. And so what I do is, like, I don't need a cold water to burn fat. I'll just eat less calories, easier. So when I take cold showers, I would just try to stay still, breathe, focus on the breath, almost like doing a meditation, but in a cold shower. Breathe, focus on the breath, in and out. And so that will help me with the mental calmness and mental clarity. That's one thing you can do, like putting out one thing that you can do to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. And so, yeah, put yourself outside of your comfort zone and try meditation. That's the second thing. And another thing is continue to learn different things. And that actually kind of goes into the first point, put your brain outside of your comfort zone, because learning is accepting new things, taking new things part of you. Changing is putting yourself outside of comfort zone. We don't like changes as human beings, but change is the only constant in this universe. Nothing stays the same forever. Everything's gonna pass with time, and so change is the only constant. That's the inevitable truth, fact, right? Hearing strange noises. Yeah. So I thought that blah 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 by me. Hopefully, you have something to take away from what I said. I'm only still 20s, in my 20s. I'm still pretty young, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And even if you don't think I have the credibility to teach, think about it as just you looking at a 20-year-old just trying to find himself, express what he's learning physically out, vocally. And I hope I look back in the future, I'll look back at those videos. Hopefully YouTube's like, the server doesn't just get destroyed, so I can actually have a chance, like, hopefully World War III doesn't happen and then they just nuke the YouTube server in America or something like that. I don't know. Nuke the Google headquarter or something. Shit like that. Putin's probably gonna do that just to destroy this video and my memories of looking back. Nah. Yeah, but hopefully my older self looks back and think, I was actually quite mature for having these thoughts. Or maybe I'll be looking back and be like, I've grown a lot since then. Anything could happen. All the possibilities. No one knows what the future's gonna hold. No one knows where I will be in the future. If I will be a garbage man, fucking drug addict, or if I will be the most successful person in the world, leading thousands and thousands of people to a better life, changing people's lives, bettering society. Maybe I will even be the one, if Elon fails, I will be the one who puts people on Mars, or even interstellar exploration. Who knows what the future could hold. Maybe you, who's watching me, will be inspired by me one day. Hopefully, I'd love to inspire people, and you're inspired by me to start something, start a business, and you live a better life. Or you're inspired by me to be an astronaut, and then you join the company that I created to do interstellar traveling, and then we have a conversation, and then you're like, oh, dude, you even mentioned, how did you know the future? You mentioned that we're gonna meet, and I'm gonna be an astronaut. It's because I was inspired by your video. I don't know, I'm just saying random shit. Anyways, that was a good chat. Definitely gonna do more, especially when the weather's nice. I love it when the weather's nice. I just come out in my backyard or probably go for a stroll in the park and just talk. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.